Now, to help us understand better the situation, we are joined by Palgrave Boakye Danquah, government spokesperson on governance and security. Good morning and welcome.
Harriet. Thank you very much.
Now, let's start our conversation on a broader perspective where terrorist attacks have happened in sub-region. What are some of the factors in Ghana that can attract such activities?
So thank you very much and a very good morning to your viewers. I believe that there's been a bit of a conversation from 1992 when terrorist insurrection began in Algeria. Right up, there was a civil war that lasted for about 10 years. And we've seen very clearly that as a result of that, there's been high level of terrorist groups that have been birthed, ISIS, Al-Shabaab, all across the continent of Africa. And Global Index on Terrorism, that states clearly that there are about 46% of terror acts and death that is accounted to terrorism. In terms of countries that have been attacked, there are a number of them, and there are a number of reasons that they enter into the country. I mean, clearly, a number of them is close to your resources in terms of gold, bauxite, iron, oil. There's clear significance of intelligence that we have that a number of them are trying to get into the sea, which is to be able to continue their piracy. Act, and having seen clearly that over the past few years, as of from 2020 up until 2022, most of our neighbors have been attacked: Togo, Benin, Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast, and we are one of the most saving and having country yet to be, and I'm not sure that we would once we are able to put our measures in place very well.
Okay, so let's look at the security situation in Boko, which is of greater concern. I know government is doing well to curtail the situation, but what efforts are being put in place to curtail the situation at hand?
Well, so clearly, chieftaincy is one of the critical agents and areas where terrorists can take immense advantage. Government has had consultative meetings with the chiefs and brought the peace people together to be able to ensure that there's a amicable peace. We have as well deployed high-level security in terms of police and also high-level security in terms of military into the area to ensure that government presence is felt. And we believe very strongly that as we have an entire citizen approach and holistic approach to counter-terrorism, all of these would come to a note.
So how well endowed is the security apparatus in this country to avert these attacks?
It would surprise you. I think that our government and our security has got the highest level of intelligence. I mean, on the sub-region of West Africa. You are aware that President Danquah is the chair of ECOWAS, and also he's the chair, having been the chair of ECOWAS, also is leading the military task force within the ECOWAS sub-region. Right up from 2018, President Danquah, through the ECOWAS initiative, set up the Accra Initiative, which was to be able to gather intelligence from the other neighboring countries, where we share intelligence and they share intelligence with us. As a result of that, we launched the Kudangu as well initiative, which is able to help us mitigate rising issues. And I believe that a number of arrests that have happened, especially in the northern part of this country, is as a result of the great work that is put in place as a result of the Accra Initiative.
A lot of people do not feel safe, looking at the fact that some high-profile murders in Ghana haven't been uncovered. We've not arrested the culprits. And so people have the concern that if we are able to arrest these people, how can we avert these terrorist attacks? What do you say about that?
I believe very clearly that when issues happen in terms of misunderstanding, people need to be brought to the book. And once people are brought to the book, the law must take its recourse course. When investigations are being done, it does not mean that government is blinded to those issues. And I believe that a number of the issues that have arisen, clear investigations are ongoing. I mean, you can talk of naming Koranza. You've seen that the police has been highly involved in it. There's been a swift analysis where we have changed people from, in terms of the police personnel from Koranza. We've brought in a new deployment. And so, I mean, a number of investigations are ongoing. So once these investigations are going and the investigations are done and they are brought before the court of competence jurisdiction, they would be brought to the book.
So the need for the ordinary Ghanaian citizen to be security conscious is of concern. What is the government doing to help the citizenry?
I believe that tomorrow's launch at the National Security Office at 10 a.m. on the tagline, "See something, say something." Yeah. And I mean, I've been thinking about it, and I think that we need to introduce even a third tagline, which is for you to see something, say something, and do something. Which is an entire national security citizen engagement campaign to be able to really educate the general public that you need to be aware of your environment and be very much prepared and adequately informed, so that if you see any untoward event that is happening within your environment, someone has parked his vehicle for about 30 minutes, has not moved, someone has left a bag, someone is loitering around, you need to immediately call the police within your environment. And I've seen that there are dotted police posts all across the country for you to be able to meet them.
Now, government in the last 5 years has spent more than 400 million cedis to help, curtail this whole terrorist attacks. What can be done, in your perspective, or on governance, what can be done to ensure that we do not face these terrorist attacks?
Well, I think that what can be done is what is being done. I mean, continual education, continual conversation, letting the citizens be aware, because it's an entire holistic approach of ensuring that citizens are involved. I mean, it's all about us. I mean, you saw how clearly the citizens were involved in the COVID pandemic. In this light as well, we are launching a very high-level communication campaign around national security. And I believe that young people who are hearing persons in their homes, who are watching, are clearly going to be sensitized around that in effect.
Talking about See Something, Say Something campaign that will be happening tomorrow, how or what are the efforts put in place to ensure that all and sundry gets this campaign and understands it very well?
So tomorrow at 10 o'clock, the Vice President of the Republic, Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, is going to launch the campaign together with the Minister for Information, the Honorable Kojo Nkrumah, and the National Security Coordinator and Deputy Coordinators. And the clear goal is to ensure that we bring out a lot of educational materials, we bring out a lot of jingles, we make sure that we flood social media, because this is the century that we find ourselves in, to be able to raise the alerts very highly for people to appreciate and know what to look out for. So if you see something, then you say something, then the immediate number for you to call is 999, which is the toll-free number. You don't even need to identify yourself. You just need to be able to say, hello, my name is Palgrave. I found a vehicle here. I'm not too sure what it is. Can you be able to attend to it? And all of that. You can just take a picture of whatever you see, put it on social media, and tag the various handles for us to be able to follow up.
So what precautionary measures can be given to the layman Ghanaian to ensure that, okay, this could be something of a bomb whatsoever that they need to be wary of?
Well, I think that the immediate precautionary measure is for you to see something that is unorthodox. I mean, something that is normally not happening within your environment, because like people find themselves in environments every now and then, they have a consciousness of how the environment looks like. And so if you see that someone has dropped a box, someone has dropped a bag, no one is attending to it. If you've seen that a vehicle is parked somewhere, no one is attending to it. If you've seen that there's a phone loitering around, no one is attending to it. I mean, the immediate thing for you to do is just to call 999 or go to your district police to be able to report it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We have been speaking to Palgrave Boakye Danquah. He is the spokesperson for government on governance and